Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on your time zone. You are watching Seeds for You by Sherry. And if we are meeting for the first time, I'm Sherry. Okay, today we're going to be talking about divorced with children. I just kind of want to come in and I want to encourage some people who may be struggling with this. And I just want to let you know it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that it's time to throw in the towel and give up. It's just another opportunity to recreate yourself. I myself am a victim of divorce, and I have two adult daughters who are also recently divorced, and they have children. And so when you said I do, you said I do to everything except for being a single mom, right? Okay, you had no idea that it was going to come to that. But people get married for various reasons. Some people get married for love. Some people get married for conveniences. Some people get married as a cover. So there are a lot of reasons why people get married. All right, in my case, I married for love, but it didn't work out, okay? I was married for about 8 years, and then I found myself a single mom, okay? And divorce affects people in different ways. Some people are able to move on because divorce is like a tearing away. Some people are able to move on and recreate their lives with no trouble. Then you have some people who struggle for years trying to get over that. You have people who make a lot of bad choices after divorce because they're trying to replace a void. So there are so many things that come along with it. Divorce can affect your life for the rest of your life, even especially if children are involved. Okay, so one of the things that I learned about divorce, which when I myself went through divorce, I did not have this knowledge. I did not have this information that I have now, and I wish I had, because if I had, I probably would have been a different person at that time and focused more on my child. But at that particular time, what I was doing was trying to fill a void. And that's the wrong thing to do. I've seen some other young girls who have gone through a divorce and have children, 1 or 2 children, or however many came out of that union, or if they went into the marriage as a blended family, whatever. But some have been able to walk away from a divorce and then just throw themselves into their children, which is awesome. Because let me tell you, it affects the children more than we know. Now, I remember that when I got divorced, there was something called Children First. Okay, my mind wasn't really there. I didn't really study what that actually meant. But it's exactly what it says, children first, which means that you should put the children first. Now, I know that some may have gotten divorced while they were still young, and you feel like you're being cheated out of life, and you still want to go out, and you still want to have fun, you want to party, you want to try to do all the things that you missed while you were married, and that you feel that you are missing as a divorcee. But let me tell you, it is more important to sow into the children, because depending on how old that child or those children are when you get the divorce, has a lot to do with how it affects them mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay, if a child is not yet talking, okay, they may be less affected by the divorce because they're not talking yet. They probably don't really know the absent parent. But then if you have a child who is now talking, like at the age of 5 or 4 or maybe even 3, if they are talking and they had an opportunity to have a relationship with the absent parent, chances are they're going to be really disturbed by the divorce. Okay? And that is something that we really need to take note of. But some of us miss it. Some of us miss it. Okay, and you don't know. You just feel like, oh, they're 3, they're 4, they're 5, they're too young to really know what's going on. Wrong. If they are talking, they can be affected. And so you may have a child that is now acting out in school. And then the teacher is calling you every day. They're always, giving you bad reports on your child. And you feel like your child is just bad. When they're not really bad, or it's not as bad as the school may be making it sound. Maybe granted they are getting in trouble. Maybe they are being defiant here and there, not making excuses for that. But the root is, there's always a root. And that's what you need to find. You need to find out what the root is. A lot of parents today are not really parents. They are simply people who have children. There is a difference. Now, my parents, I have to brag on them because they were parents. They sacrificed their lives, their livelihood, their fun, their going out, their kick it time for their children and their family. My dad went to work. He was the provider. My mom stayed in the home. She was the disciplinarian. She was the person who made sure that we had the hot meals, that made sure that our hair was combed every day, that made sure that our hair was clean. If you hear noise in the background, those are my three little grandloves, okay? So please ignore that. But they made sure that my mom made sure that our clothes were clean. She made sure that the home was clean. She made sure that everything was in place. And then she took the time to teach us manners, to make sure that we had manners, that she taught us the right way. You know, and when we started working jobs and stuff, she taught us against stealing and all that. She said, don't take a peanut if they did not give it to you. Okay, there were a lot of things that she taught us. She took us to church. She gave us a spiritual background. And all the time, my dad was providing, making sure that we had everything that we needed. You know, as I was thinking on this today, as a matter of fact, I got a little emotional because I thought about how many children do not have their fathers in the home. And I consider myself to be very blessed. My brother and sister and I were blessed children because our father remained in the home. My parents remained married until death divided them. And I have to say that they were real parents. They shielded us from things that we didn't need to know about prematurely. We weren't able to watch movies that would, mess up our little minds, weren't exposed to things that we shouldn't have been exposed to. You know, all of that. I just had to give some praise to my parents because they did that thing, okay? But getting back to what I'm talking about. So you have some parents who are able to go on. You have some that struggle. All right? You have some who are not emotionally available for their children because they're too busy licking their wounds. But I just want to encourage you. If that person is you, hold your head up high. The world isn't over. And then let me tell you, if you feel like that there was something wrong with you because you got the divorce or they divorced you or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean that something was wrong with you. It could just mean that you guys were never meant to be in the beginning because many times we don't pray about our spouse. Like I said, people get married for different reasons. Some people get married for conveniences. A lot of reasons why people get married, and love doesn't always have anything to do with it. Okay, but you have to be strong, especially if you have children, because children grieve too. And let me tell you about their grieving. They feel that they don't have anybody to talk to because oftentimes children feel that that they are to blame for the divorce when they are not. But oftentimes children walk away feeling that way. And then their foundation has been broken. Their foundation has been cracked, okay? They feel like they don't have the love and the support that they need to face the world, okay? So if they go to school and they're acting out, think about the root. What brought them there? What got them there? How can you help them? Create a safe space for them to be able to talk to you, to be able to be honest about their feelings. Don't get mad at them if they want to bring up the other person. Don't get mad. I mean, of course, if that's what's hurting them because the other person is absent, then okay, I can understand that you don't really want to have that conversation with them because you don't want to remind them of what's causing the pain. But please go ahead, talk to them, care for them because they are grieving the loss or the death of a relationship. And that's what we have to keep in mind. If you walked away from a divorce and you were hurt, then imagine if you're hurting, why can't the child hurt? So there are a lot of things that go on with the kids. Sometimes they have to go get they need a therapist to so that they can have an outlet, someone to be able to talk to about what it is that they're feeling. So let me tell you, go ahead, get yourself together, recreate yourself. It is not the end of life, okay? It is not. Okay, maybe you got hurt. I understand that. I was hurt. Maybe you're hurt. Maybe you're not hurt. One of my daughters had a divorce party after hers. And I know some people might say, what? A divorce party? That's a bit extreme. Some people might laugh and be like, yay, yay, go girl. But let me tell you about that. It doesn't mean that you're taking a stab at the ex. It doesn't mean that. It means that you are celebrating a new beginning. Because maybe it was a toxic relationship. Maybe it was something that brought you down. Maybe it was a situation that had you not being who you are. Like, you're not yourself. You're not looking good. You're not taking care of yourself. And you're just going down, and it's a spiral. But now, finally, you have come to terms with the fact that this is not going to work. It's not healthy. And then you're out. So you're celebrating the fact that you survived that situation. And now you have an opportunity to recreate yourself. So do that. Go ahead. If God opens up the door for you to go back to school, if you want to complete your education, if that's something that you didn't have an opportunity to do, go back, finish your degree, get a degree, finish high school, whatever it is that you feel that you lost. You can go to Joel 2 and read and understand that you can pray for the Lord to give you back the years that you lost, that stole time away from you. Okay, you can get it back. Go back to school. Do something constructive. But more than anything else, make sure your children are being taken care of. Make sure that you are helping them through such a difficult time, because it's going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference in their life. If you don't help them through this time, it can make a terrible difference in their life as an adult. Because our responsibility as parents is to train up a child. You want to make sure that you train up a child, and you want to give them every opportunity that you can give them in your power to give them with the help of the Lord, so that they can grow up and be responsible adults, productive adults in society, and all of that. You want to give them everything that you can, so you have to be there. And I know, being a single mom, I know better than anybody else, you have to be the mom, you have to be the dad, you have to be the doctor, you have to be the teacher. It's so many roles that you have to take on that was not designed for you, because you're just one person. But now you're doing the work of two people. Okay? But do whatever you have to do, because it's going to pay off. They're not going to be little forever. So sow into those children. Love them. Don't ever make them feel like they're a bother. Don't ever make them feel like they are making you miss out on life, because that was a decision that you made when you said I do. Okay? That was your decision. It was your decision, not theirs. They didn't ask to be born, so don't make them feel like they're a bother. Don't make them feel like that they are keeping you from life, okay? Life is going to be there. As long as you have breath in your body, you can get back to it. They're going to grow up really fast. Let me tell you, when I was taking my kids to elementary school, I would pass by high school, and that seemed so far off. And before I knew it, she was graduating college with her first degree. Okay? And it, in other words, it goes by fast. So take the time, sow into your children. Make sure that they know that you love them. Make sure that they know that you support them, and give them everything that they need and some of what they want. Okay? And it's going to pay off, because the day is going to come back. If you remain dedicated to that, if you remain committed to that, the day is going to come back when they are going to bless you back, because they're going to realize Mama loved me. Mama stuck in there for me. Mama was there for me. Mama raised me. She taught me. She fed me. She kept me. All of that. Okay? So make sure that you sow into your kids. It's not their fault. You don't have to rush to get into another relationship. Whatever is meant for you will be. So there's a time and a place and a season for everything. Be patient. Do what is right by those children. Love them. Give them the life that they deserve. Cultivate them. If you see a gift in them, cultivate that gift. Love them and help them to know that even though their foundation was shaken, they still have one to stand on. And you're going to be blessed. You're going to be blessed, okay? You can live through it. I lived through it. Many have lived through it. And you don't need to be bitter in the process. Go ahead and do your thing. Whatever your thing is. My thing is church. My thing is God. Okay? That's my thing. And I go ahead and I get into it. God has gifted me with gifts, and I utilize them, you know, when I have the time, or when I, decide to focus on doing that. You can still have life. It's not over. And you don't have to treat it as a subtraction from you. Like, you don't subtract from you. Have a good character. Okay? Be about something. Don't be out there loose and showing everything that you got. Those are subtractors. Okay? You're better than that. Love yourself because you're worth it. Respect yourself. And when you respect yourself, you command respect, baby. Let me tell you. Okay? All right. Anyway, I'm not going to make this long. I just wanted to come on and encourage somebody. If you are going through it or if you've been through it, hold your head up high. Okay? Go ahead and do what you need to do. Hallelujah. There is a tomorrow. There's always a tomorrow. As long as God blesses you with it. Okay? If you got anything out of this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That's what I'm looking for. I want a thumbs up. It just helps out the channel. It helps with the growth of my channel. Hallelujah. But yeah, I said hallelujah because that's how I'm feeling right now. But you know what? If you didn't find anything and you give me a thumbs down, I'm not going to be mad at you. I already got a few thumbs down on some of my videos. At first I was in my feelings. But then after that, I was like, why? Now, so it's okay. If you didn't get anything out of it, you give me a thumbs up. I'm not going to be mad at you. It's okay. All right. Still love you. Still love you. All right. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would do that. Go ahead, consider subscribing. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, just let me know. I have no problem doing the research on it, coming back and sharing with you guys. That's part of what this channel is all about. And let's see, hit the notification bell once you subscribe so that you get notified anytime I upload new content, share, comment, what have you, whatever. I want to thank you all for being here, and I can't wait to see you back again.